Hello everyone, this is Mark with the Tech Chat. I'm going to spend a few quick moments going over the Dell mobile keyboard accessory for the Dell Venue 11 Pro tablet. I've got it right here in front of me. As you can see, it's a nice looking piece of equipment. It's got a good heft to it, so it balances well with the tablet, so you don't have to worry about it tipping over while you're using it. It has a nice rubberized feel to the back of it. When you actually have it docked, you've got this little kind of kickstand that pops up here and props it up and gives you a little bit better of a typing angle. Right here is supposed to be a charging indicator light. You do have to charge the keyboard when it's attached to the tablet. So far I haven't actually seen that light come on, so I'm not really sure what its function is. Here we have in front we have nothing, and on the side we have nothing, so this is just a keyboard with a battery inside. It does not offer any additional ports. Attaching the tablet to the keyboard is just as easy as slotting it right in. It has kind of a magnetic and mechanical connection that works really well. It goes back to a decent typing angle, or I'm sorry, a decent angle for the screen. It could go back a few more degrees and be a little bit more comfortable on the desktop or on the lap, but with the nice viewing angles of the Venue 11 screen, it actually works pretty well. If we go back here over to home, if we look at the trackpad, it's a decent size, feels pretty well. Feels pretty nice, and some of the Windows 8 gestures do work with the trackpad. For example, you can swipe from the right, you can swipe from the left. I have not been able to get swipe from the top or swipe from the bottom to work, so those gestures don't seem to function on the touchpad. If we go into a typing application, let's just take a look at Notepad. The keyboard actually has a very nice feel. The keys are a little cramped if you have large fingers, but they have good travel and they have a nice feel to them. So I was able to hit my 80 words per minute average pretty quickly after a couple days of use. And I actually do enjoy using the keyboard. So we can, I'll just do a quick little typing example here. So the rain in Spain falls mainly in the plains. So it does have a nice feel, has a nice clickiness to it, has some decent travel. And so unless you have really huge hands, you should be pretty comfortable typing on it. The trackpad does support, if you can get it to work, it does support pinch to zoom and two-finger scroll. There we go. So two-finger scroll does work fairly well. It's very smooth, actually, pretty smooth for a Windows machine in my experience. And pinch to zoom also works very smoothly too. So the typing experience is pretty nice. That's pretty much it. Not much more to talk about. To disengage, you just press this button and you pop it off. And now you're using the device, the Dell Venue 11 Pro, as a tablet. When you do have it attached, two additional things I wanted to talk about real quick. It does make for a pretty thick and heavy little device. I think it's around 4 pounds with both of them connected. And it is pretty thick, but it does give you the flexibility of popping it off, using it as a tablet, or putting it together and using it as a small little Ultrabook. This is the Core i5 version, so it is a little thicker. As you can see here, we have the vents, the fans, for the Core i5 versus the Bay Trail, which doesn't have the fans and is a lot thinner as far as the tablet is concerned, which I will talk about in another video. Actually is a bit of a concern having these fans running sometimes. So it is a little bit thick and heavy, and some people have complained about having issues with the keyboard disconnecting from the tablet. That has happened to me actually at times. And as you can see, when you open up the keyboard, it does go ahead and take you back to where you were. The disconnection has happened to me, and the only way to get it to reconnect is to pop it off and put it back on. That's happened to me a few times. Some people have that happening quite often, and it's a bit of an issue. Dell has not yet, to my knowledge, issued a fix for that. So if you're concerned about having that problem, that's something that you might want to keep in mind. The tablet does retail for, I believe it's $170, $169.99 on the Dell site. So it's a bit pricey, but it does add some nice productivity functionality to the Venue 11 Pro, and it does add a considerable amount of battery life. So if those two things are important to you and you can hope that Dell will fix the disconnect issues, then it's really a pretty good option. So that's pretty much it, covering the mobile keyboard for the Dell Venue 11 Pro. Thank you so much, and if you have any comments, please leave them below. Thanks a lot.